All right, y'all. We back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions. This one is called Female Rapper Accused of Escorting and Scamming. Wow. Let's get into it.
What's poppin', y'all? Saweetie is gotta be going through it right now. One thing that everybody found surprising was that after showing up to Chelsea, it was like some Chelsea Day, which is a football team in the UK. People were like, well, what's she doing there? But she soon started dating an individual by the name of Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho? I don't know how it's pronounced. And people saw in August that he had gotten her name tattooed behind his ear. And he says, just want to show our appreciation to you and your girlfriend. And he's got, what does that say? Is that Chiava? Chiava? If it's in Chinese. I don't know if she's part Chinese. For trusting us with this very special tattoo. Now, a lot of people, I thought it said Quavo at first, to be honest. But her name is Diamante Chiava Valentine Harper. It's a long name. But he's a Manchester United player, so he's getting a bag. And then recently, it just came out that Saweetie had a breakup with a friend of hers who decided to come on and drop some scathing accusations on Saweetie, not one of our favorite female rappers. And for those of you that can't catch on that, that is absolute sarcasm. Saweetie sucks. What? She did have a couple of bangers, like Bestie and a Tessie. What was that? Best friend? That's a slapper. Anyway, she says, hey, Saweetie, I see you playing internet games on Beyonce Internet, Chile. I will always pronounce that Chile. I do not care. Let me know how you want to play this. I'm either going to receive my money from you, or I can start addressing some of them rumors with TMZ. We spent almost a month in Africa. You should know I wasn't going to let you play me out some money when ... wink emoji. And then it says DD right here. It says, my messages to you are blue. Oh, now they back. And she's talking about blue versus green messages. If you've got iMessage, it's in blue. I know we might got some Android people here. She says, what you doing? We should do a Big Bear trip. This is March 29th. With good friends group co-ed. Co-ed means guys and girls. Oh my God, it's so nice here. Not even that cold. It's 2 hours from LA. At the studio. I don't know what she's recording at the studio because she hasn't dropped anything. Girl, all my friends are out of state. And then she replies to her later on that day. When chicks run it up on Jadon, how much Jadon? I'm going to just say Jadon. How much they doing in a weekend?
Whoa. Okay, so those who don't know, I heard about this last week. So this is somebody very close to her. Somebody that was with her all the time. Her assistant is now at war with Saweetie, and she wants some money. She feels she's owed. So she's basically leaking out information. She's telling all the secrets because she feel like you owe me some bread. You're playing with me. And if I don't get my bread, I'm going to keep dropping these details. I got them for days. I got tons of details on you. And here we are. Now you got escorting and scamming allegations on you. You should have just paid her, man. It's kind of like with Diddy and Cassie. Well, he did pay her, and look what happened to him. It don't even matter. He lost.
Now, the fact that she's talking like this, March 29th, this is enough for that dude to where he should be packing her up out of here. This is going to be Revolutionary War Part 2. Actually, War of 1812 was kind of that Part 2. So this will be US versus UK. There is no way. Actually, all right. Nah, y'all got it. I was going to say there's no way a US athlete or rapper would tolerate something like this being public, but we got Scottie Pippen. So y'all got it. I'm not even going to try to stir that up. We got Scottie Pippen and Larsa Pippen. He apologized to her for her cheating. I've never seen something like this. What a goofy. But yeah, so the fact that she's saying this should already let him know, oh, wait, hold on. I'm a trick. And not only that, not only was I tricking, but she was planning on me tricking on her. So it's not like, oh, I was just tricking, I was being generous, how some people cope with it. But she says, Sancho, after you done paying and getting tattoos of you barely know, run me my money. She hates her career, so you came right on time. Trust me. Who's that? Maybach May? She's not the only one that hates her career. We hate her career too. So you came right on time like the trick you are. I just want what y'all owe me. This is where things get a little bit suspicious because as we'll cover in a little bit, does the Sancho guy, we'll just call him Sancho. Does Sancho know that he's supposed to be paying May? Or is May supposed to get broke off on the back end by Saweetie and Sancho just thinks that this lady just organizes things for free or for fun? But it continues. And she says, witchcraft and liquor is one hell of a mix. Send me my bread, home wrecker. So I don't.
She going in. What would y'all do? Let me ask y'all right now. Let me ask y'all. I need y'all to know. If y'all know this is your assistant and you out here living a wild life, you out here being thirsty, you scamming, you escorting, would you pay her to shut her up? Or would you say, fuck that bitch and let all the secrets fly and I ain't giving her a dime? Which would you do? Because you got a reputation right now. And does it even matter though? If all this shit come out, Saweetie selling pussy and she, like, is that gonna hurt her or is that gonna help her? Because you know niggas out here tricks. So once they learn, oh wait, well, hold on, she's selling pussy? She's selling pussy? How much she selling that pussy for? How much? Hey, DM her. How much that pussy?
I don't understand. She spelled the record wrong, but hey. I tried to be nice. Nice don't get you nowhere. Okay, that's interesting. She goes on to say, they want and she replies to this tweet right here, where someone says, they want Sanch to lower his wages with Saweetie on his roster. Please be serious. You thought you was getting 180K per week pay raise.
Wow.
Pay rise. So they're talking about 180K British pounds, by the way. 180K pounds. So that's what? How do you spell that? British pounds.
Milk of them.
So let's just take pounds to USD. So that's about 240,000 US dollars, right? Pounds sterling. We're not playing with their currency. So you got $250,000 that he was going to get extra a week. I don't even know how much he was getting paid before that. So that's a M a month, at least. And yeah, she says, Saweetie asking for her third Birkin bag this week. It's Wednesday. And then this lady says, I'll tell a joke, but I ain't never told a lie. I sent you to Dubai because you never balled before and was depressed looking for a happy life. Took you to London, babes. Took you to Nigeria. But the fact that she went to Nigeria, listen, I know all my Niger men that watch me, listen, y'all are some tricks, dog. The amount of stories, listen, if a Nigerian got some bread, they gonna throw it. They're tricking.
Hey, Nigerian niggas be tricking, bro. Jamaicans and Nigerians. Everybody knows that. Them Nigerian niggas be tricking hard on the hoes out here.
I've seen them trick harder than anybody ever. Also, I think a rich Indian, they're tricking too. They're tricking to crazy levels. I don't know who's cheap, or not cheap, but who's less. Realistically, I think an American male rapper, if they got it, they're really not tricking like that. Maybe a little baby, but they're the type of trick where they're like, okay, I'm gonna get what I want, but if you think you're dipping and leaving me, I'm taking all that back. So they kind of give it to them as a lease. Like they're like, hey, you can lease this, but they present it as a gift. But they're taking it back once the clock strikes 10 and the time's over. But with these Nigerians, they're not. They're just throwing it out there because I don't know how they get their bread, but hey, they've got it. And the fact that she took her to ball, it doesn't mean that she's just chilling. She's just chilling in Lagos with like just the homies or like the chill. She's taking her. She's talking about, oh, I took you to London. I took you. You never balled before, so she's taking her to the baller part of Nigeria. Booked you on an Australian tour. Yeah, if anybody's booking Saweetie, you guys got it. She definitely helped you out on that one. She had to run a favor for that one. I helped this girl so much only for her to play with my money at the end. I'm just missing my money from London. Pay up, cokehead, before I start naming the rest of the husbands you was playing with.
Oh, cokehead. So Saweetie out here doing coke, allegedly. And she said, I just want my money from London and I'm done. But here's my thing. When there's people like this and there's clout behind it, it probably wasn't meant initially for clout. It was meant for exposure. She probably started doing all this to expose Saweetie. It wasn't really for the clout. But then once she started exposing it and you see these blogs start picking it up and people start following you, your numbers start increasing, your views on your stories start increasing, you get the clout bug. So my thing is, even if I pay you, you just want your money from London. Okay. Even if I pay that money from London, you still gonna have that clout bug on you. And then I'm gonna pay you and you're gonna keep going. Then what? Then you're gonna ask for more money. So how do I win in this situation? How does Saweetie win in this situation? Are you paying her or are you not? That's what I'm saying, because where's the safety in this? Okay, it would have to be like on some legal contract, signing something where you shut the fuck up after I pay you. I'm not just gonna give you the money. Because I don't trust you, bitch. You got too much information and you thirsty right now.
Sheesh. I want to make one thing clear. I booked her for an appearance to visit the Chelsea Stadium and support the soccer team, as my last post shows. Instead of paying me, she fell in love with the client and told him not to pay me. I was a road manager with with her getting her deals. I was solid to this girl. She got what she wanted and never paid me. Simple, I want my money. So what people are presenting this woman as is a madam. So a madam is a trafficker. Let's not mince words here. That's what she is, and she gets away with it a lot more because, you know, it's woman on woman. So what they will usually do is they will facilitate a relationship, a company, whatever you want to call it, between someone that's rich and wants, discretion, between a chick that is probably a celebrity too, or is just like a high-priced escort. So in this situation, I'm still confused, just from what I'm reading here, if Sancho is paying her, because if he's paying her and then she starts dating him, why would he not pay the madam? Because he would want to keep her, like, he's scamming. And I feel like this lady would be mad at Sancho if he's the guy she's running business with. This is why I think she is 100% talking to Saweetie, and this guy didn't know what was going on. And I think he's just the guy that he thinks that this lady's a fan of the team, or she's the lady that brings the girls, right? Like, there are certain guys, like, for example, he thinks of her like a promoter. Like a promoter, he just brings the chicks to the club. I think that's what this Sancho guy is, because these athletes, especially overseas, these athletes are green. These soccer players, come on, dog. They get played so quick. Even in the U.S.,
they're getting bread.
They're getting played like this. And you got to think, athletes are constantly told they're the greatest and everything's handed to them or handled for them. Not everything is handed to them. So that they only focus on the game. So they're not gamed up like a rapper would be, for instance. So that's how it started.
They getting that soccer money. You see what they said? The nigga making a $250,000 a week. A soccer player making $250,000 a week. $250,000 every week. And Saweetie coming over here, and you over here like, shit, it's a popping bitch from the U.S. $250,000 a week? What this bitch want? You know what I'm saying? And that's what they said she on her third Birkin bag this week. That nigga over there shopping for the bitch. He blowing. He finna make it right back though. You know what I mean? So he looking at it like, fuck it. It is what it is, mate. Whatever the fuck they say over there. It is what it is, mate. That's Australia.
And it continued to develop because people were like, yo, Saweetie's getting paid or she's tricking and all that. Well, Joe Budden talked about Saweetie's reputation in the industry and why she would have to go out of the country to be able to lock down someone that's got bread. I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
If y'all agreed on something. Respectfully, I don't think the streets are looking at Saweetie like you bagged another great guy.
That's not true.
Why? What do you mean?
If she popped up with Joe Blow, the soccer player that makes $400 million a year, and I just so happened to be in London with my homegirl, and he bagged me, it's, oh, damn, Saweetie bagged another one.
Exactly.
If they don't know the terms.
The streets are not saying that. It's fans saying that. I think the word is out on Saweetie.
What's the word? Tell us. We want to know. What's the word on Saweetie? She a hoe? Shit, all these bitches is hoes. What? All these, what? Niggas fucking strippers out here. They don't give a fuck.
There's been too many rumors. Yes. Well, before, you want to address the rumors before this? I don't want to be that messy. There's been rumors about Saweetie.
But that might be you in the know. You might be in the know.
The only rumors I know of is...
In the know. Kiki Palmer just asked Offset if stop, man.
Right.
No, but
that's the rumor that I know. That's the rumor. But Joe, let me ask you this. I do want to go talk about the rumors because the rumor that I know is
there was rumors when YG and Saweetie separated when he said what he was saying.
Right.
Stop making me go down a list. I'm telling you that the streets have their own Carfax on Saweetie.
Damn.
Fans may be saying she's beautiful and she bagged another one. The industry, I think, is saying something different about Saweetie.
But that's possible because they in the know.
Right. And even
when you say streets, that's what I'm saying.
But even if they do, she has the baby.
You don't mean the industry street. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're saying regular people. You saying the industry.
Gotcha.
Even if the streets call her low down dirty, once she had that $50,000 baby shower with the firework gender reveal, nobody gives a
baby.
Everybody happy for her then. That's just how it goes. Everybody look at what they have and wife, it's a fact. People love. They love them.
You go overseas and vanish, come back with an accent.
Like their wives and their girlfriends, they love them. Never forget I told you.
Pay the madam.
Yeah.
Pay that lady.
Pay the madam.
Pay the
She look
madam,
like she
pay the
could
plug, pay what you owe.
Everybody.
Next, they gonna be jumping you, sweetie, in the club, man. You know you can't fight.
That's corny. That's corny. Listen, and I don't want to drag this. Some of these madams are good people with good hearts. Some of these madams.
Crazy. You about to have a dissertation about your love for madams in the game.
I don't
Crazy,
love man.
So you might be wondering, like, what does he mean, like, the streets know what's up with Saweetie? Well, if you guys recall, about a year ago, YG was with Saweetie. Well, Saweetie's got a lot of different stories, but what he's talking about is first he's talking about the Offset situation, which was a clip between Keke Palmer and Offset, which I don't think much was told there. I'm just going to play you guys the audio clip right now.
Let's hear it.
Was there truth to you and Sweetie?
No, man. It was a rumor, man. And I feel like it was something deeper than that for the split of me and bro. It was something deeper than that. You know what I mean? It was something deeper than that. I don't really want to touch on, but it's something deeper than that. I think that was just like that was a thing it was a bug that I heard. I think people was trying to tear my situation down in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And
you think there were business people that were plotting on you both?
For sure.
Yeah, and they were creating you guys, stopping you guys from being strong so that y'all couldn't go together against that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, because I would be seeing I would be seeing headlines and we men, so we don't play those games. We don't even know how to do that. And so it's just like, that was a weird thing though. That was kind of crazy.
I mean, this.
Hey, ain't he Offset? Okay, which one was the uncle nephew combination out of Migos? Because one of them, are they cousins? It was cousins, and it was an uncle nephew. I think Quavo and Takeoff was uncle nephew, and then Offset and Quavo is cousins, right? All right, whatever the case is, are you falling out with your cousin that you grew up with, all the people you grew up with, and y'all both got a popular, y'all in the booming ass group, Migos? Are y'all falling out over a girl who the whole industry allegedly knows is a hoe, a prostitute, a scammer? Y'all gonna let that come between y'all? Come on, fellas, clean that up, man. Clean that shit up, man.
The lengths that people go in our industry to enmesh themselves in your personal life to get certain outcomes in business, their lengths are great.
So here in this clip, she's just asking, hey, is that real? Or what's the situation there? Well, the question was surrounding the Migos breakup. So the background is that Quavo was dating Saweetie for quite a while. And then he snatched all of his stuff back too. And that's probably why Saweetie realized that, I don't even get to keep anything. Like, I'm running out of time, which is like, I'm aging.
You took the Bentley back.
And there are other attractive girls coming up younger than me that I'm competing with, and I can't compete with them anymore. So I've got to get out. But the rumor was that Saweetie smashed Offset, or Offset smashed Saweetie, and that caused a rift between Quavo and Offset. And Offset deaded that and said, no, that did not happen. So we're getting the word from Offset. So I don't know what Joe Biden's necessarily referring to here, but there was also a rumor that Lil Baby, who is notorious for tricking, he is a notorious trick, buying chicks' bags, just throwing them out. And there was a photo that people
Yeah, that picture went viral. Damn, Saweetie. Saweetie is really running a cold play out here, y'all. We all look at, well, not gonna say we all. We look at her as an artist first. But really, she's an artist second. Really, she's an artist second. She out here running plays, nigga. She chasing the chili. That's interesting. She got a body count. Do we care about the body count, though, fellas? Do we care? Do we care? Do we care? Is that stopping you from knocking her down when your turn come around?
identified that was of Saweetie taking a photo with some man, like hugging, covering his face, and people cross-referenced a bunch of different things and said, oh, that's Lil Baby. And Lil Baby has had, 4PF has had issues with the Migos in the past. Quavo, I think, or Offset in particular. There was a jumping that happened.
Yep.
I think it was Offset
that's
or
his
Quavo.
That
I don't
was his
remember who.
op.
I think it was Offset that got jumped in Atlanta. So there had been static between them. So Saweetie was also involved in some sort of capacity with Lil Baby. Then she starts dating publicly, because this whole Lil Baby thing wasn't public, the whole Offset thing wasn't public from her end, but she starts publicly dating YG last year. And then something happens between her and YG on August of last year. And it was a TMZ article and everything. There was a fight where police had to show up. A fight between her and YG. So people were like, wait, why did this get so loud? And it said here, after speaking with both parties, the cops determined there had been no physical contact, as it was just an argument, albeit a loud one. Both YG and Saweetie were okay in the aftermath of the drama, but officers made sure the couple calmed down before leaving. We're told a non-criminal report was taken just to document the incident, but no crimes were committed. Clearly, if the neighbors called the police, there had to be a lot of yelling being done at this LA home. And they had to think that it was violent, not just regular yelling. And Academics even covered the situation. I want to play you guys a short clip from his stream last year covering that.
Behavior right here, you know, and also she cool enough where she know he a gangster. So you notice it didn't say she called the police. A neighbor called the police. So she did what was, you know, again, I'm not a co-signing no type of abuse, but women who are kind of like that like the tough, because most of these women who act like that, they want, like, this is gonna sound crazy, but they be wanting who be like YG. You feel what I'm saying? They don't want no who just gonna run to the corner. They be want a they could buck with. You feel what I'm saying? So when the cops come, she got nothing to say. He got nothing to say. Clearly nobody had like bruises, because if the cops did see bruises, I don't know about in Cali, but they got to in most places. Even if both people said nothing happened, if they see a bruise, somebody got to go to jail, right? So clearly that ain't happen. She kept it, you know, quiet. He kept it quiet. And by the way, if you think about the Quavo incident, she never said nothing anyway. So she might just be a squabbler, bro. You know?
This nigga Academics think he be cooking. My boy just sold that shit, huh? He made it believable too. Nigga, you don't know what the fuck happened, man. Shut your mouth, nigga. You don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah. Police probably left. YG probably popped the rhino and 2 honey packs, the dog shit out of her while throwing up blood and singing Donald Trump, and that was a good night for them. I ain't gonna hold you. But she toxic. Like, she one of them girls that, to keep it real, she don't want no boring relationship. And
how do you know, man? God damn it. He talking like he know. Nigga, have you paid for some pussy? Have you hit Saweetie? Do you know what she want? What the fuck are you talking about, man? Let's get past this. What the fuck is going on?
Her is one, you're not kicking, screaming, box dung, all tight. Like, if none of that in the relationship, she don't want it. And good, yeah, you got to her on some makeup.
So Saweetie's dating history within the U.S. at least, or the public one that we've seen, and the rumored ones that we have heard of, you've got Quavo, you've got maybe Offset, we don't even really know, you've got Lil Baby, you've got YG, street rappers, or very close to the streets rappers. Like Quavo, he wasn't getting his hands dirty, but Offset...
Hold on, man. That's only 3, man. Wait. Why are we putting this big, large body count on her? All right, help us out, chat, because they only named 3 right here. Do y'all know more? Because now I'm lost. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. We are calling her a hoe right now, but who actually really slept with? Who actually slept with that we know for a fact? Put that shit in the comment section so that we can stand on what we saying. Because right now, I feel like we just gave her that title and she don't deserve it. God damn it, I'm a sip right now. I'm sipping. Saweetie, call me. Call me. AceBoyPun on Instagram. Follow me. Follow me, Saweetie.
He was getting his hands dirty. Of course, YG, we know, like, we're not gonna play YG like he's not a street, not just a street individual, but a street rapper as well. But this was the moment that they broke up. So she clearly likes this type of dude. So for her to go so far away from that and across the pond to get what, let's not mince words here, a sucker, that's what the guy is in comparison to these guys. He's green, he's in a different country, he doesn't know, like, he's a complete different type to what this
that's an easy target
usually likes. And it's a low point in her career. You can start to think, like, for example, if a chick's been only dating, let's say,
that's an easy target for Saweetie,
white dudes, and then she's, I don't know, like 32, and then she wants some like tall white dudes, and now she wants a short, I don't know, South African, I don't know, some Rwandan or something like that. Like, she completely deviates. Right? Well, where did this deviation come from, and why did this happen? There's clearly something else that's gone on in this place. So my theory is that she just wanted a sucker, but YG broke up with her. this moment, this night, actually, it happened because he posted on his story 2 emojis. And this is what I think Joe Budden is referencing, where he has a lion emoji and a cheetah emoji. And some people say that she's a lying cheater. That's why he posted those 2 emojis. But
nah, that's not gangster. That's not gangster. You posting a lion and a cheetah and saying she's a lying cheater. Nah, that's not. No. Me and YG got the same birthday. We Pisces, March 9th. That ain't some shit we'd do. Y'all got it misconstrued. That means something else. Y'all making it seem like he a simp. He ain't no simp. YG like me, nigga. We out here thugging on these hoes, man. What you talking about? Lying cheetah. What the fuck? That's gay.
nothing really came of this. He didn't really talk about this too much, and things just moved on. But something started resurfacing because people were like, yo, Saweetie's getting sold. How much was he getting sold for? Well, this resurfaced, and it was Robert Greene, who's the author of some of the most best-selling books ever. One of them being 48 Laws of Power, another being Mastery, another being Art of Seduction, I think another being 33 Strategies of War, and I think Laws of Human Nature is probably the most recent book that he released. And he said, dinner with my brilliant new friend at Saweetie. Check out her work. And people are saying, oh man, this was...
Dog, Saweetie is a goat, bro. She's a goat. So she making her rounds and not giving a fuck, nigga. What? I'm showing you my depth. I'm showing you my range. I'm going here to the UK to grab a soccer player. I'm going here to the white man who wrote 48 Laws of Power. I'm going over here to the gangster rapper. I'm going over here to the down south. Hell, who the hell she got on the East Coast? Has anybody on the East Coast ever? You know what I'm saying? She ain't playing. She's showing you her range, nigga.
The previous client. She getting paid. This was December 8, 2019. Now, I will say, I gotta defend Robert Greene here. I've actually heard, funny enough, I was at this event a couple of years ago, maybe a year or two ago, where Robert Greene ended up being a speaker. And he was a very, very great speaker. One of the unique things that he talked about was how other speakers, and he addressed this in the beginning of the speech. He's like, other speakers are maybe they're loud and they're charismatic, or some people consider them charismatic, and they have a lot of movement and they project their voice and they've got different ranges of voice. They might talk really loud and then they might lower it down and then they might, have different inflections. And what he said is, I think he talked about he tried to be like those guys, and then he just realized he got to his own approach. But he gave a very, very impactful presentation. So the guy is a great speaker as well, on top of being a writer. I don't think that this was one of those scenarios, to be fair. Like some people might say I'm biased. Yeah, like a fan favorite, you could say, of my work was my series, like bringing each of these chapters to a story within hip hop, which one day I may finish. But I don't think this was the case because Saweetie's kind of like a little bit of a nerdy girl to a degree too, right? Like she's a college graduate, which isn't common for a female rapper. She is a Vlad TV fan, so she's on the internet like that because Vlad TV had a situation where he talked to her team and they didn't want to schedule an interview, and he called her out, and then she was like, hey, like I didn't even know, nobody told me that you were trying to schedule me for an interview. I'm actually a fan. I would have loved to do an interview. Well, I don't think that interview is happening now, especially with all of this, but Saweetie hasn't addressed any of this. And circling back to the whole Madam thing, my belief is that, especially from what Joe Budden said too, Saweetie had to cut her she had to pay her from the back end. So she was supposed to get whatever, Birkin, whatever, and then maybe slide that lady a Birkin, maybe slide her some paper. But the fact that she's talking, this is privilege right here. This lady is talking publicly about Saweetie owing her money for linking her up with this guy. So I think what happened with Saweetie...
How much money was it, lady? Now I'm sitting here looking back at this, and I'm getting the overall story. You high-key hating on her player. You know what I mean? Her player moves, what she got going. You low-key hating. This easy bake oven right here for a 304. I'm finna go in here and tell this nigga anything. I'm finna make him get me tatted and buy Birkin bags in the first week. A 304 she gonna lay hammer on a nigga like this. This is easy. It's light work. He making $250,000. Man, what? Got him. She went there and got him, and that bitch got mad. Hold on, bitch. You got a piece of that bag and you ain't sharing with me, and now she mad.
She realized, okay, this is a guy that is not going to cheat on me like maybe these other rappers would potentially do. He's spending a crazy amount of money on me. his money is more consistent than a rapper's, and he's willing to spend more of it. And my reputation isn't soiled in this country like it is in the US. And I don't think she's trying to rap. She hasn't dropped a song in God knows how long.
She don't need
she had
to,
the
shit.
nerve to say the fact that she was pretty is why pretty punishment. Never heard of something like that in my life. Talking about pretty punishment. Like, everybody wanted Saweetie to win. She just didn't want to win. She just didn't want to work hard enough. Like, Glorilla came into the game, and Sexy Red came into the game, and they really broke the mold of people expecting female rappers to be traditionally attractive. Like, people were they thought they were just homies. They were like, oh, whoa, like, their music hits, they're cool, and they got on. And of course, Glorilla has gone through a lot of augmentation and changed her face and a bunch of different things about her. But Glorilla is, some people would consider her like very good looking now. I don't think it's the fact that they looked a certain type of way. I think it's the fact that they wanted it more than Saweetie. If Saweetie worked as hard as Glorilla, or hell, for Sexy Red, she would be on right now. But Saweetie just didn't know how to be likable, even though her appearance was such a massive boost from the start. So I think Saweetie was like, okay, I've got this guy locked in. I'm with him right now. I can't explain to him that he needs to give me money to give this lady that introduced us, because that might jeopardize the relationship. Because she probably thought that she was just going to start off, like, run off with the bag, like she told that lady, how much does he break off a chick, and then leave. But she didn't think that it would end up in a relationship. But now that it ends up in a relationship, she doesn't want to say anything about the truth of how they first met and why they first met, because that might sabotage the longevity of their relationship. So she screws this lady over, which I think is foul for her screwing her over. Like, let her get her percentage. You got to talk to her, because I think she went ghost on her. That's the only way. If she was talking to her, she's like, hey, look, we got to plan this. Like, this lady seems very understanding. She seems like, hey, look, if you got a payment plan, you're like, hey, look, I want to stay in this relationship. He's working on a pay raise right now. He'll start giving me this much a month, and I'll slide you your amount every 2 weeks or so. I think this lady would have found that quite reasonable. But now she's messing up the whole situation, and Saweetie hasn't said a word. Not a peep has come out. And I don't think Saweetie should say a word. She should keep it silent, because in a week, people will forget about this, and Saweetie isn't coming up in headlines. She doesn't have a career, so nobody's going to talk about Saweetie unless there are new developments here. So for this lady, she's got to keep her foot on Saweetie's neck. So every every 3 or 4 days, whenever this kind of falls out of the news cycle, that Maybach May lady, she's got to bring a new exposal. Like, she's gotta BAU. She's gotta have belt to behind on Saweetie if she wants any chance of either destroying the reputation and relationship that Saweetie currently has, which I don't think is going to happen.
Man.
Saweetie will be able to run laps of manipulation and gaslight
Saweetie will be all right.
this guy. She's like, oh, he's just trying to ruin our situation. This is what I actually meant. And he's going to fall for it. I promise he will fall for it. He's not breaking up with her. But yeah, let me, well, I don't promise, actually. I take promises very seriously. Let me remove that promise. I'm willing to bet that he doesn't break up with her.
All right. Come on, man. He ain't finna give up them yams. It all depend on how, what she doing, what she putting down in the bedroom. Like, if she putting it on that nigga, his nose gonna be wide open, and she could get away with whatever she want to do. Y'all know how this shit go. It be sucker ass simp motherfuckers out there, who ain't never had it, who ain't never got it, and now they got it. They don't know what to do with it, so they a sucker for love, and then you know how it goes. So every story is different. Every man is different. We're all not the same. So, and I think she knows how to pick them. She know which ones is going to be the bad boys, the bad guys, and she know which one's going to be the simp. Obviously, she knows how to wiggle. She's from the Bay Area. She knows how to wiggle. You know what I'm saying? They come from game up there. So she knows the game. She knows how to wiggle. And you can't be mad at her that she's going to get the bag. Because if it was opposite, if she was broke and doing bad and working a 9 to 5, she'd get clout for that. But now she's using what she got between her legs to get where she needs to go in life. She's getting clout for that. Like, you can't win for losing. Shit, what the fuck you want her to do? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, get the motherfucking chili, man. How you choose to get it is on you. How you choose to get it is on you. All right, listen, I'm not condoning nothing she's doing. I'm just saying, get the chili. Now, that's on you. Let me know what y'all think about it, man. Let me know in the comments section, man. Let me know. Let me know in the chat, whatever. Go crazy right now. And make sure y'all take y'all time right now. Take 2 seconds to smash the like. And as always, get ready for the next reaction.